फ्रेंड्स, सॉइल मैकेनिक्स का एक इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक सॉइल फाउंडेशन। तो सॉइल फाउंडेशन का हम स्टडी करने जा रहे हैं। Shallow foundation transmit structural load to the soil strata at a relatively shallow depth. Various types of shallow foundation are strip footing, isolated footing, combined footing. When a footing area of one column overlap with the footing area of another column, we use combined footing. It is also called a spread footing. Raft footing: if the summation of footing area of all columns added up to greater than 50% of the total building plan area, we provide mat or raft foundation which cover the entire building area and all column rest on mat. The other reason for providing mat foundation is to bridge some weak pockets of soil inside the plain area. The other reason for providing mat foundation is the soil is very weak at shallow depth and foundation is to be laid at shallow depth. General requirement of foundation: strap footing, boundary wall, closer to boundary wall, column provided near to boundary wall, strap footing, strap beam, column. General requirement of foundation: first, safety under first point, safety under serious failure. Second, settlement, especially differential settlement within permissible limit. 2 points must to be remembered. Foundation must be located at depth such that no effect of seasonal variation. Due to seasonal changes, soil volume changes, so it will not affect the foundation. Also by the pressure of adjoint footing. The basic terminology used in soil foundation are gross load intensity, QG, denoted by QG. QG, P plus B square dF into gamma soil by area, base area. QG बराबर P, QG equal to P by B square plus gamma soil into dF, depth of footing up to the base of footing from the soil, from the ground surface. We assume that density of concrete equal to density of soil. We assume that the unit weight of soil to be equal to concrete. Net loading intensity, Q net, P by B square. P denotes the actual weight externally acting due to structure. It is loading intensity at the base of footing in excess of load intensity that the soil was originally subjected to. It is net loading intensity that caused the deformation of soil. Q net equals to P by B square. P, load acting area. When the load is very heavy and the soil is very soft, the above concept is used as to advantage. P by B square minus gamma dF equal to 0. Then soil is also called to resist only load. Resist to any load. Such a raft is called fully compensated raft or floating footing. Ultimate bearing capacity: the maximum gross intensity of loading that the soil can resist before it fail in shear is called ultimate bearing capacity. Net ultimate bearing capacity: the maximum net intensity of loading at a foundation base that soil can support before failure is shear. QNU बराबर Q ultimate minus gamma dF net. Net safe bearing capacity Q net safe equal to Q net by factor of safety. Net safe, when the soil has to be backfilled, Q net equals to P by P square is less than Q net safe. When soil has not to be backfilled, Q net, when soil has to be backfilled, when not have to be backfilled, gross safe bearing capacity, gross safe Q safe, Q net ultimate by factor of safety plus additional gamma df. Q net safe, Q net ultimate minus gamma df, Q net ultimate minus divided by factor of safety plus gamma df. Q safe, gross safe bearing capacity, only safe bearing capacity, maximum net intensity of loading that can be allowed on soil without settlement exceeding the permissible value. No factor of safety is used when dealing with settlement, because factor of safety is already been taken in settlement calculation. Allowable bearing capacity, net safe on P safe, minimum of net safe or P safe. Allowable bearing capacity of any foundation equal to minimum of net safe bearing capacity or safe bearing capacity. Net safe bearing capacity or safe bearing capacity. Safe bearing capacity considered settlement, or net safe bearing capacity considered failure of soil. Net safe bearing capacity consider net shear failure of soil, and safe bearing capacity consider settlement. This considered settlement and this considered shear failure. Bearing capacity, QPS, safe bearing capacity considered only for settlement, and Q net safe for shear failure, P safe for settlement. Next we are bearing capacity of shallow foundation. There are two methods to finding the bearing capacity. First, analytic method, second, field method. Analytic method contains three criteria, three modes of failure as per shear failure: general shear failure, local shear failure, punching shear failure. General shear failure in which surrounding soil shows heaving. It passes brittle stress strain curve first, like dense sand. Stiff clay has low compressibility. General shear failures occur in soil possess brittle stress strain behavior. General shear failures always shows in soil showing brittle stress strain curve. General shear uh, sim, uh, specification features of general shear failure is well well defined. Failure pattern is well defined. Failure occurs sudden, occupying by tilting a foundation. Tilting of a foundation, ground heaving occurs. Tilting of foundation, ground heaving occurs adjacent to point, adjacent to foundation on both sides. However, final slip movement will only on one side, loading to tilt to tilting the foundation. As the pressure is increases toward the ultimate value state of plastic equilibrium. Plastic equilibrium is reaches initially in the soil at the edge of the footing and then spread gradually downward and toward ultimately the state of plastic equilibrium is fully developed throughout the soil mass as shown in figure. Initially, this is plastic equilibrium is reached initially in soil at the edges of foundation and then spread gradually toward the outward. Ultimately, the state of plastic equilibrium fully developed throughout the soil mass. General shear flow occurs when phi is greater than 36 degree or when relative density is greater than 70 degree. Second type of failure is local shear failure, in which ground heaving is less compared to general shear failure. Soil under the footing is only partially developed. The state of in local shear failure partially developed state of plastic equilibrium, while in general shear failure fully plastic equilibrium state is developed below the foundation. Failure surface does not reach the ground surface and only slight heaving occurs. This is only slight, while in general shear this is shows heavier. Ultimate bearing capacity is not well defined on the load settlement curve. This curve is very smooth, not as this is general shear failure curve and this is local. This point is very clearly shows in general shear failure and ultimate bearing is not well defined on the load settlement curve. Failure is not sudden. This type of failure generally occur in soil having slightly plastic stress strain curve, while in general shear failure this is brittle stress strain curve. So generally occur in soil having relative density 35 to 70, while in general shear failure relative density is greater than 70. Relative density is 35 to 70, less than 70. Next type of failure is punching shear failure. In this, no ground heaving is shown. Occur when there is a relative high compression of soil. It is occupied by shearing in vertical direction along the edges of footing. There is no heaving of ground surface. That's as shown in figure. No heaving of ground surface. No tilting occur. Large settlements occur in soil. Now it occurs in soil of large compressibility, but